Vipassana rules. Today I'll share with you the biggest rule that I broke on the Vipassana retreat. More about that right after the intro. Wow! Welcome to the Day One Journey, where I share with you my journey towards understanding who I am, knowing myself so I can be myself, so I can be true to myself. Episode 580. Ching! Yeah! So if you remember, in the last few episodes, I was honest with you. And I shared with you that I broke some of the rules on the Vipassana retreat. And I didn't plan to do that. I also shared with you that I chose this specific, super extreme Vipassana course. 26 days. I chose it. I was looking for the most extreme Vipassana course that I could find. I wanted to learn from the best. I wanted to go there and be a soldier and do exactly what I was told to do. But I did end up breaking some of the rules, as I shared with you in the last few episodes. First, it started with the food. I started eating outside the hours that we were allowed to eat. And then I shared with you as well my tendency to stretch the rules and find the loopholes. And so I broke a little bit more rules. But the biggest rule that I broke, at least in my opinion, was on the last 3 days. The last 3 days, as I shared with you, we push ourselves not to sleep. So after the second night of not sleeping, then I broke this rule. I left the temple. Well, I didn't leave the temple with the thought that I'm not going back. I knew that I had a sort of a plan. I went outside to get some food, and then I planned to come back and finish the third night and finish the course. So I wanted to do the course. I wasn't just escaping. But for me, and in my opinion, this is the biggest rule that I broke of the Vipassana retreat. We weren't even allowed to leave the room, specifically on the last 3 days. The last 3 days, the 3 days without sleep, they called it determination. Yeah? And so we weren't allowed to leave the room except going in the middle of the day, talking to the teachers, doing the reporting. We did that every single day through the Vipassana retreat. So we did that, but beside that, we weren't allowed even to leave the room. And I found a way to even leave the temple without anyone noticing. I'm not proud of that, but I do want to be honest with you. I also speak to my children here in these videos. Dear children, I'm not perfect. I did want to follow the rules. In the next episode, I'll share with you why specifically I chose, whether consciously or not that consciously, to leave the temple and break this rule. But this is what I want to share with you in this episode. This was the biggest rule, at least in my opinion, that I broke on the Vipassana retreat. Not proud of that, but it is important to be honest with you. But more than that, it is more important to me to be honest with myself, because as I share with you and as I say in every episode, this is the Day One journey. This is my journey of understanding who I am, so I can be myself, so I can be true to myself. So if I'm not honest with myself, how can I be true to myself? How can I be who I am? This is why it's important to me to be honest, especially with myself, and also sharing with you. But back to you. Give yourself a few minutes today and think about the last time or one time that you broke the rules, that you broke at least one rule. And ask yourself, how did it start? Give yourself a few minutes today. Think about it. And of course, have an amazing day one. See you tomorrow.